Hey everybody, it is Angie Buckley. I'm a professional photographer and a college instructor who blogs about best photo tips for parents. And one of the big questions I always get is to use the iPhone or to not use the iPhone. So that's what I'll be discussing today. And the answer is I do not recommend it. If we look at this sensor chart here, look at this. Teeny, teeny, tiny. That's the sensor that captures the images on your cell phone. Then we move up. These are just point and shoots. Look how much bigger these are. I'm a big advocate for what is called a mirrorless camera, and the sensors on some of these are even larger than these images right here. So for example, here's an image of my son. Love him, love him, love him. But after photographing with bad cameras, such as my phone, years later, I noticed that when I would enlarge it, the quality of the image was just absolutely horrible. Here's one of my daughter. I absolutely love this. I enlarge images and put them in frames in my home and I rotate them out. This one, you can see how grainy it is. That will not be enlarged because it just can't hold it. This is a mirrorless camera and I love it as opposed to something like this, which is a 35 millimeter. Now, as a professional, I have about 3 different cameras that I use. I use this one, the mirrorless, for my family stuff. That way, when I'm out and about, I can take pictures like this and the quality of the image can still hold for a much larger print. And I know that because I tested this camera and had made prints as big as 13 by 19. And I have a portfolio that I basically rotate images out. This camera is one that I shot with for a really long time, which is the 5D. The Pro lenses is what I go for because the glass is just so nice and sharp. And if I enlarge this and go in a little bit closer, you can see it's definitely sharper. Now there's a little bit of grain here, but not to worry. When you actually enlarge an image bigger, you can smooth some of that out. Now this one is not gonna have that at all. You can see it's much sharper, okay? And then we have something like this too, in which I was photographing inside and I just would not be able to get this kind of quality on the face of holding that information, that digital information with an iPhone. Now, the camera that I shoot with professionally for the portrait work I do is this really large Hasselblad camera. And this, just to give you an idea of quality, and not that you guys would be going out getting this camera, but look how much tighter the grain is on this. And if I go to this one right here, also shot with my Hasselblad, look how sharp that information is. It can get a little scary how sharp that can be. But as an example of reasons why not to use an iPhone, we did this compilation for my boyfriend's son for his graduation. It was awesome. We had all these different age range of images of him and his dad having a whole bunch of fun and just memorable things like going to Paris. One of the absolute best images I thought on this entire deal was this one right here. And I'm going to move right over. Right up here was this image of the 2 of them skiing in Europe. That image I would have had made much, much larger on this 30 by 40 printout to celebrate his childhood and his teen years. But we had to make that smaller instead of making it bigger because that was shot with an iPhone. So there you go, folks. Reasons to use something at least like a mirrorless, which I think is a lot easier to carry around, and you can still get the same quality as a 35 millimeter, though you can, it kind of ups the ante a little bit on that. But if you want something small and portable, you definitely can't go wrong with a mirrorless. This is a Fuji here, but I also shoot with Sony. Contact me for any questions. Do me a big favor. If you like this video, like it, share and subscribe. Go to my blog. Feel free to sign up to get more information. Feel free to drop me a line. I love answering questions to help people get very memorable pics of their kids that you can enjoy decades and decades later. All right. Thanks so much.